We got a busy day. We're doing a bunch of stuff to a 96 Dodge Ram with the 5.9 Cummins in it. 12 valve, best motor ever made. We're doing a warranty on a brand new radiator. We're doing a Tappet cover. Snap on. Come on, you. There you go. Okay. Definitely want to drain the coolant first. Yummy. Got to take off your upper and lower radiator hoses. Just work around it, kind of break it all free. It'll start moving. There we go. Well, you've got your drain pan here. This is a good time to drain your washer fluid reservoir because you're going to have to take it off so you can lay your shroud back. Lower radiator hose is right here. If you have one of these fancy tools, now's the time to use it. So you got to get your washer reservoir off to get to the fan shroud bolts, and it should just pop right up. You may need to push from underneath, but I'm going to try to pull it just straight up right here. Fan shroud bolts are a little 10 mil socket. Zip them out. Now you can lay this back on the fan, and then you got some hold down bolts on the radiator. 10 mil as well. So when you pull the injection pump, you're gonna wanna bar the motor over, and then you're gonna wanna lock the cam. There's gonna be a little pin back here. There should be one in there. You'll have to figure something out to fit it or get one to pin the cam so nothing moves when you pull the pump off. Little 8 mil socket and take this hold down off. And get a 5/8 wrench, take this hold down bolt out, and screw this back in. We're gonna crack this little cover loose and then take this off. So this is what the factory pin looks like for the cam. There's just a little hole between the power steering pump and the front cover here. It's right back here. If it's there, you can't miss it. There's a hole. You gotta have something in there to plug the oil anyway, so it'll be in there. Your plastic one will work for this, but I got a metal one that I'm gonna shove in just so I know it's got a good bite and I don't break the tip off. But I'm gonna bar it over right here on this nut till it has a little dimple. You'll feel the hole in the cam, and it'll pop right in, and then everything will be locked up so you can take your pump off. Keep pressure on it, you'll feel it'll pop in when the dimple comes around. Much gooder. Oh, this thing's got some good compression. Oh. So pins in. It was taking a while barring it over, so we didn't get it popping in, but once you do that, you're gonna wanna zip your nut off. This one has two. I'm gonna put a pick or something right here in the point of the pump so if you do drop it, it doesn't go down in the engine. But you're gonna need a puller or something. You can make your own, use a steering wheel puller or whatever. I have the one from Power Driven Diesel. There's the part number, just a little puller, so here we go. You're gonna make sure your bolts are even when you're pulling this. Next, you gotta take your valve cover off, the little plastic cover, or whatever, tin, hot metal, whatever. There's one back here you gotta get. Crack them all loose. Here we go. Then this side's all your injectors, same deal. Ooh, that one's tight. So you leave all your lines together, so you can just do this. Oh wait, forgot, little hold down bolts. Zip, and zip. And then now, you just lift them all out of there and yank your dipstick out at the same time. There we go. So we got a bunch of lines and stuff to take off. I'm gonna take the throttle assembly off first. There's a linkage back here on the back of the pump. You wanna take that off. Just a little Heim joint. Got these hold downs. And crack them loose, take them out. The bracket here too on the back of the pump to support the weight. And you got a couple lines, and we'll start with that. Over. And then you got these hold downs. And crack them loose, take them out. A little bit of fuel, it's gonna come out. All good. Boy, a banjo bolt, though it's got rubber seals. They want assistance the whole way out. That's cool. Yup. All right, so that one's free. One little guy down here. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, let's get our bracket bolts out. Long extension, 10 mil socket. There we go. There's one, the back lower. You got one right above it, you'll see. Should be all 15s, like I said. They're on studs, so to help you slide it back. And unplug your shutoff solenoid, figure out everything that I missed. Yeah, you got your throttle cables right here. If you need to, you can take your shutoff off, but I'm gonna try to leave it on here. It's moving, so here we go. Remember where all your throttle cables go, because you'll put it back together and your pedal will stick if you don't get them in behind your shutoff. And then I forgot, here's an airline I gotta take off. This is for your air fuel management here. So that's gotta come off. Told you I was gonna forget something. That's okay. Nobody's perfect. Now, this thing's pretty heavy. Make sure you lift with your back in a jerking, twisting motion. You got a shaft on the front. You gotta clear everything. Try not to damage your O-ring for the front cover. Kinda got a mess going on, but you'll have that. That's it. Got a spring I forgot. Whoopsies. Pops right off the bottom. Here we go. Okay, we're out. You got that off. You gotta take this little line off here. And then your back bracket, there's a little bolt here. Now you can see, obviously this isn't your factory tappet cover. Part of the reason why, this is a daily driven truck and the racing tappet cover isn't working for the customer. This bracket also holds that spring that was hanging us up for the throttle return. So that's gotta go back on, don't lose that, you need that. Bracket, spring holder, bolt, boom. These are Allens. Let's figure them out what size we need. Let's go. 6 mil Allen. Cool beans, man. You'll learn as you wrench, bad stuff's gonna happen the whole time. It's how you deal with it. To quote Charlie Kirk, you can't control what happens to you, but you can control your attitude. Here we go. Okay, was that all of them or what? Were you guys counting? Is this thing gonna come off or am I missing one? I'm missing one. Let's see how much stuff we can snag. Okay, now these have breather lines on them. I already cut the zip ties. Figured you guys didn't need to see all that. You guys missed it, but I got it out. Let's go. And what that cover does is this is all your push rods, push tubes, whatever you want to call them, and all of your lifters, tappets. All right, that's what we're covering and sealing in. Here we go. So everything's all clean and prepped, blue Loctite, new gasket, yada, yada, yada. Book says 18 foot-pound torque. We'll see. May go over that, not sure yet. Don't want to do this again, that's for sure. Factory tube. Slip it down behind the starter again. If she'll cooperate. Probably, but I doubt it. May have to go underneath. Right between the starter and the block ski. My hands are too oily. Need a rag. Extra grip. Jeez, get off me. Hope you guys saw that. So same thing, reverse order. As far as this little mount goes, you're gonna wanna leave them a little bit loose so you can line your bolt holes up when you put the pump on. Kinda sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You wanna clean up your gear really, really well. Don't want any oil in there at all. Because once that thing spins, then it's more likely to slip again. If anything at all, you want it super dry. No oil. Oh yeah, that's it. Make sure all your lines are up where they're supposed to be so you don't pin one of them back lines. Skiddly do everything past here. Now you've got your little bracket for your line back here. You gotta make sure it's in a happy spot. We're very, very close to lining everything up. There she goes. Okay, much gooder. These back ones are fun to start. You guys will like it. Gotta be patient. Just like that, you'll get it. So I don't feel like looking up the exact torque of these right now, but you want them freaking tight is what you want. Oh, a little blue Loctite too. You'll be in business. Now for the fun part of lining up your back mounts, which will be really, really fun. Don't forget your one line is a part of the bracket there. Gotta be a little creative sometimes. One of those things, they all gotta fit together in their own happy way. Here we go. I did put Loctite on those as well. Remember your lock washers. I'm gonna use a pick just in case I decide to get butterfingers with this nut. Now let's make sure we get all of our throttle and dipstick stuff and everything back where it's gonna be happy. I promise you, your throttle will stick if you don't get it behind this fuel shutoff. Then we gotta get our spring and everything lined up. I'm thinking we tighten up our bracket bolt first. Forget about your linkage, put him in a comfortable spot. Take your 3 little, M8 bolts or whatever. Go ahead and get them started. Hold your throttle assembly on. You got 3, you got 1 on the top front, 1 in the middle back, and then 1 on the bottom front. Okay, that's tight. That's tight. Okay, fuel lines. Let's do this linkage first, how about that? Sometimes with these Heim joints, you don't have to back them up. You can get lucky and kind of just pull on it a little bit and it'll be just enough to tighten her up. We should probably get our spring on actually before we do this fuel line. So it goes bottom of this lever to down on our bracket. Cool beans. Now it should spring right back. Very nice. Fuel shut off. Move these vacuum lines to the side. And actually I'm gonna tuck them behind here so this has something to hold them up with. Customer's gonna love it. Now the banjo bolt one. And then this little guy in the back is gonna be a joy. That's okay. The air fuel line, the little air line in the back. Go ahead and do that guy now. Ain't gotta crank that one down whatsoever, just tight. Cool. Now we'll get the fuel lines back on. Watch your grid heater wires. Tighten them down and you'll be dripping fuel. Don't forget your little hold down bolts or else you'll get done and go, what are these for? You'll need this if you live in the north. Let's go ahead and get our oil fill back on. So starting on the radiator, always make sure you lay your shroud back in there first or else you'll never get it in. Slip it past your fan there, lay it back like that, very carefully. Very expensive part we're dealing with here. Just like that. Bolts line up and everything, look at that. Now if you got Mishimoto, it'll come with new fan shroud bolts. You gotta put these in before you put the washer reservoir because it blocks them. And I'm gonna put Loctite on mine. Loctite is your friend, my friends. Because this is aluminum radiator, I'm gonna do the final torque by hand with a little 1/4 inch. Now we gotta get all the lines on. Now use your special tool if you got one. Got it. Looks good to me. I'll show you how this tool works for those who don't know how it works. You got this little end right here. You just back it all the way off, take your hooks, and you snag the clamp, squeeze it like a pair of pliers. We'll do one more click. Try to get it lined up where the old one was, if I can, and release it. And there you go. I'm gonna put the intake back on, but before I do the reservoir, and I think that's gonna help me. We may be doing it twice, who knows? So I may have to take this coolant hose back off. Up here as such. So let's do that now. Okay, boom. Tighten up all your clamps, tighten up the intake, check your oil. We're gonna fire it up before we put the top cover back on, all that stuff. So here we go. And that's how you do the radiator and tappet cover on a 12 valve Cummins, just like that.